Hello everyone, and welcome to the highly anticipated draw for ESPN's Battle of the Leagues. I'm Alexis Nunes, and what began as all fun and games is now something a lot more serious, as we've got an all-star cast that will be managers of some of the top leagues in the world, and they will be battling it out. They're going to be trying to, I suppose, upset a certain Julien Laurent, because Jules is none other than our defending champion with the Ligue. Before we get into the draw itself, let's just have a look at some of the highlights from last season's Battle of the Leagues. All right, well, now let's hear from our managers themselves, starting with none other than the defending champion, our favorite Frenchman himself, Julien Laurent. Jules, things got massively juicy for you this year, considering a certain Lionel Messi got to go to the Ligue and to your beloved PSG, but considering you can only have 4 players from PSG in your entire squad, how did you manage to fit him in?
You know, that's what good managers really do. They manage to pick the best squad, the best team. And that's why I won last year, because I was the best manager by far. I'm very surprised, I have to be honest, that some of the managers from last season in the battles of the league are still there. I mean, Mark Ogden, really, I think probably same level as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the Premier League, and somehow they're both still in their jobs. I can't believe this. But hey, you know, he must have a very good agent like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I guess. But in my case, this is a team with 4 PSG players, of course. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe and Marquinhos. For me, for the game, the 4 best PSG players. And then we've got a very talented squad with young players that didn't make it into the squad last season, but are there this time with a lot of energy, a lot of talent. Like Renato Sanchez, for example, who is excellent for me, and I'm very happy with all his progress. We're very solid at the back. We've got great players like Leo Messi, of course, and Kylian Mbappe up front, and Neymar to bring a lot of flair and talent and skills to the team. So once again, we'll be the team to beat, but it's okay. We can deal with it. We're the holders, and we're going to retain our title.
All right, well, it's not just Lionel Messi that happened to switch leagues this year. Another GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo, he went back to the Premier League, and that just made everybody want to be in charge of the Premier League. But the lucky man, I suppose, that got to be in charge of the Premier League is none other than our very own King of Manchester, Mark Ogden. Oggy, Cristiano Ronaldo, you get to go play with him this time. So talk us through your team, and how did you build your squad, I suppose, around the big man himself?
Well, this is the thing about the Premier League, and you know, I always enjoy Jules' confidence and maybe his arrogance at times, but it's not just about Ronaldo. I've got Mo Salah, I've got Sadio Mane, Harry Kane. The Premier League is so strong that it's so easy to pick this team, also so difficult because we've got so many players to leave out. So, you know, I just made sure that I could pick 4 players from Chelsea, from Liverpool, from Man United, from Man City, and then stock the team around with great players from other clubs. You know, Jules can talk about Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe all day long, but there's no depth in the French league. There's no depth in the Bundesliga. There's no depth in Serie A compared to the Premier League. The Premier League is so strong that I could have picked 4 teams and probably still win this tournament. You know, I think last year, you know, the Premier League's performance under my management was kind of poor. I think we could have done better. I think, you know, I've gone to kind of coaching school this year, and I've learned the way around. A bit like Pep after his first season at Man City, I've realised the faults and the things I need to do better. So I think this year it's basically watch out world, because this is going to be the Premier League's year.
Someone who's near or from near Augie, Kay Murray. Even though Kay, you're such a sweetheart, I can't really picture you throwing out some fighting words, but I'm pretty sure you have it in you because you are going to be managing the Serie A, a league that I know is very, very close to your heart. No Romelu Lukaku, I'm sure you would have added him in your team, but still, the Serie A does boast a lot of the Euro 2020 winning squad. So tell us a little bit more about yours.
Yeah, and I'd like to remind Oggy of that as well, just what country it is that the Serie A plays in, Italy, you know, the European champions. So, Alexis, as you said, I was really happy to get the Serie A, to be honest, and I know Gab has been okay with me about it as well, but I will be quite competitive with the team that I've gone for. So, let's just talk a little bit about that team, because sometimes form might not look the same in real football as you're seeing in FIFA right now. And for that reason, Samir Handanovic, not been in his best form this year, but still pretty good in game. So he's my goalkeeper. I've got a lot of pace with my fullbacks. Theo Hernandez is in there. And I've got myself a little bit of a cheeky formation. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, because that's going to allow me to play Paulo Dybala behind Ciro Immobile and Lautaro Martinez. So I'm feeling quite confident.
Oh, anybody with Ciro Immobile might be feeling quite confident there in this one. Well, that's Kay, who's got the Serie A. We've also got a new league for this 2021 edition of Battle of the Leagues. And we have to welcome Fresia Cousino Arias. She'll be managing the Eredivisie. Now, Fresia, talk to us a little bit about your squad, because when we think of everything going on in the Netherlands and the likes of Ajax, we always think of some young talent, but when they go up against the big boys, you know, we want to know if they can actually hang with the big boys. So talk us through your team, and from what you've heard from the likes of Augie and Kay and Jules right now, do you think they can play with the big boys?
Well, obviously, I was not allowed to select more players than 4 from the same club. So it was quite a challenge to put up a good team. And it's not only Ajax, which is the club with the young players. It's for the whole competition, actually. So it was quite a challenge to put up a good team, but yeah, PSV has also got Gutsen. Mario Gutsen is still playing in the Netherlands, so yeah, I've got some good players, and I was able to build a team around them. But yeah, I would be lying if I said it was an easy part.
There you go, an honest answer. Well, let's go to none other than our very own Gab Marcotti. I know he's been itching to get into this war. Gab, you said you should have gone probably first or after Jules, considering you were last year's runner-up. And I know that, Gab, you don't like coming second to a certain Julien Laurens. You definitely want to best him this year. You've got the Bundesliga, so that's also littered with talent. So answer me this. Have you managed to fit in Erling Haaland and Robert Lewandowski?
Of course. We're just going to go 4-4-2 the way God intended. We're going to have some wingers going forward, whether it's Kostic, whether it's Nkunku, whether it's Gnabry. Figure that part out. The back, I got Manuel Neuer in goal. I think everybody fears the Bundesliga, to the point that, you know, they fixed it so that, oh, the poor Premier League with its massive underachievement, oh, let's give them Cristiano Ronaldo as well. You know, another headache. Don't worry, Augie will still screw it up. And of course, Jules, terrified, this time he gets Lionel Messi. So, you know what? That's no problem. We're Germany. We're the Bundesliga. We exude that quiet confidence, and I can pretty much guarantee that we're going to make the final.
But tell me, Gab, honestly, does the fact that Jules has Messi and Augie has Cristiano Ronaldo, does it kind of scare you a little bit?
Not at all. Sorry, wait, what are we scared from? I'm sorry. What title did Cristiano Ronaldo win last year?
Ooh.
You know, who's he managed by this year? What team is he playing on? It's a bunch of selection headaches. And listen, Lionel Messi as well. I didn't see Lionel Messi win the Liga title single-handedly last year. Did you? No.
All right, well, let's move on now. We've got somebody else very special. He's my brother from another mother, mi hermano, Rodrigo Faez. And Rodri, you've been given, I want to call it the difficult task of managing La Liga, because they suffered a shock, I suppose, exit in the group stages last time around. So now that La Liga doesn't even have Lionel Messi, how do you plan to survive?
Hi, Alexis. Who cares about Messi? Who cares about Cristiano Ronaldo? Who cares about German players? Who cares about the rest? I mean, I don't really care about them. I think in this year's edition, I'm gonna bet for Oblak, as a goalie. Then, in the middle, I think I got the best midfield of this edition. I mean, of the tournament, because I got Frankie de Jong, which is the Dutch talent from Barcelona, and then up front I got Depay, which is I think one of the best strikers too in La Liga. And I'm gonna bet, as a starter for Iñaki Williams. He's playing for Athletic de Bilbao, and I think he's so fast up front that I think he's gonna make us happy. I'm ready to win this battle.
There you go. All right, well, let's head on out of Europe now, because it's not all about Europe. We're going to head to North America, where we do have two very, very big leagues, and that's where we'll find Nedum Onouha. How highly do you rate your MLS squad now going up against these big boys and what you've heard from them?
Listen, I need to correct you to begin with. You said Mark Ogden was the king of Manchester. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is me. That is me. I tell you that as a fact. And as for this team, it's not full of names which maybe you know, but we're playing FIFA here. This isn't real life. And I've got a few little assets in there that might affect a few people. And the problem is when you play against my team, if you concede, if you lose a game, you're losing your job. So make sure you deal with that level of pressure, because this is serious business. In terms of stars globally, it's not quite what it was, but we've got the likes of Nani, we've got Vela, we've got a bit of speed at the back, we've Duncan playing right back, And at the end of the day, when it comes down to FIFA, speed kills, and I've got a ton of it, so be wary.
Now let's go over to Herculez Gomez. They say that some of the best managers, come or are top managers because they've been out there. They've played at the highest level. And just like Nedum, so has our very own Herculez Gomez as a former U.S. men's national team star. He also did ply his trade in the LigaMX. Herc. Last time LigaMX did manage to make it to the late stages of this competition. Can they do it again?
Absolutely, they can do it again. This is LigaMX, this is Mexico. If they're anything, it's consistent. Whether it's the World Cup, whether it's the Club World Cup, last Club World Cup, mind you. Do not forget who played Bayern Munich in the final. It's a very good team. And Nedum's over here talking about Carlos Vela. Carlos Vela, he's not played last year or this year. Wait, that's his star power, Carlos Vela? I think we got this in the bag. We're going to surprise a lot of people. Talk about speed. We've got some speed. We've got some technical ability. We've got some straight star power. These players ply their trade in LigaMX, but they're national team players from all over the world. I even had the luxury of leaving a World Cup winner out of my squad. Yep, that's it. That's true.
Coming up next, it's time for the draw, and things get a little heated.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.